Hello, my friend. I want to remind you of the difficulty that arises when you use self-deception in your life. So self-deception is a way in which you trick yourself into believing that something is true when it isn't, or that something isn't true when it actually is. So it is a form of denial when you deny to yourself the truth of something, and it is a form of wishful thinking when you try to believe in something that isn't actually the case. So for instance, if I tell myself I've always been lucky, so everything's going to go fine for me, that's a kind of wishful thinking, but it is obviously self-deceptive because nobody is lucky all the time. And if you believe or you tell yourself that you're going to be lucky, you're going to be very disappointed when you're not lucky. So it's much better to be aware of the facts and to realize that, yes, some of the time you may be lucky, some of the time you will be unlucky, and some of the time it will be just the way it is. And you learn to cope with each of those situations. So wishful thinking usually has a very bad outcome because you will get disappointed, and sometimes people become quite resentful when they're disappointed because they've kind of persuaded themselves that things should be this easy, you know. It's very easy to fall into special pleading, isn't it? To say, I'm the sort of person who's always lucky, so I am owed this break. Or I don't have to account for myself because I am the sort of person who is exempt. Any kind of special pleading like that is a form of self-deception too, because obviously nobody is exempt. Nobody is in a special case, and although it may be useful to you sometimes to make yourself believe that, on the whole, you create difficulties for yourself when you come up against reality and you have to face the fact that you are just like every other person. So wishful thinking doesn't work out very well. But the other one, denial, is also problematic. Ah, look, there are the dog's legs. So, see, that's where the dog sleeps when I am working at my desk. He finds it very comfortable there. But, you know, if I want to settle him under the desk and I am in denial of the fact that he hasn't had a proper walk yet and he hasn't had a chance to run around and he hasn't been fed and he is thirsty, if I deceive myself into the belief that because he is so good and he will settle under the desk, he will do it even though I am not taking care of his basic needs, then I am again being self-deceptive. But I am self-deceptive because I am in denial of the facts of life. The facts of life that tell me that dogs need a good run twice a day at least. And that dogs need to have nice food to eat twice a day at least. And of course, dogs are no different to people. People are no different to dogs. So if I'm self-deceptive with myself and I tell myself, oh, I can prepare this presentation, I'll spend 2 hours just doing this, even though I know I should have lunch first and I really should go out, not just because the dog needs a run, but because I need a run. I need to, you know, revitalize myself. So self-deception, whether it is by wishful thinking or whether it is by denial, are ways of not taking account of the facts and of reality, and you will come a cropper. You will come up against reality, because the facts of life are always stronger than you, my friend. And if you think you can cheat your way around life, you got another thing coming, because life always has the upper hand, and life will always show you where you're going wrong and how you need to revise the way you look at life and how you act in the world. So if you're going to have a dog, you got to learn how to look after a dog and how to make sure the dog has the needs, basic needs met every and each day. And if you're going to be a person, you also need to learn to make sure you meet your own needs, my friend. Because if you tell yourself you don't need sleep because you're a person who can do without sleep, or you don't need to have regular food, or you don't need to eat nutritious food, life will catch up with you, and you will realize you're wearing yourself out and you're wearing yourself down, my friend. So, self-deception, it might work for a little bit sometimes to get through a difficult passage, but overall, self-deception is the worst possible way to live, because you're out of touch with yourself, you're out of touch with life, you're out of touch with reality. And it'll come as a shock when reality catches up with you. So get ahead of the game and learn to open your eyes and learn to check for the facts and learn to align with the laws of life, instead of thinking you are special and especially exempt from all the basics of life. Take care, my friend. Look after truth, reality, and facts, and life will look after you.